We made it to Miami. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is a little sneak peek of my Airbnb. It's super tiny. It's like this little, I'm gonna actually call it a tiny house. So the only thing you can see is like half of the room, which is basically the bed. Yeah, get yourself comfortable. I know I will. Today I really want to talk about the only habit, the one thing that's keeping you poor. Now, this is both money-wise, but it's also mindset-wise, because yes, you can have a poor or a rich mindset. And obviously, we want to belong in the good category, which is called rich. So I'm gonna share some secrets I have with you, some mindset tips, so that you both can grow into a healthy, rich mindset, and so you can start attracting what we first think of when I say the word rich, which is the cash, the boom bang, the effect of whatever we want to do. So I wanted to first tell you a quick story about people who have a very poor mindset, because these are people who are always focused about the negative side of things. No matter what you tell them, they always look for the problems within that situation you're explaining to them. They always look for something to either tear you down or tear themselves down, tear other people down. They probably never had to look at themselves and being like, maybe I am actually the problem. I am so sure that you know people who, no matter what happens to them, it's always someone else's fault. It's something outside of themselves. It was the job. It was the economy. It was her girlfriend's best friend delivery guy. It could never be themselves, right? I'm sure you know those people. Maybe someone close to you. I know I have had friends close to me who thinking like this, that has no self-awareness. They almost deny their ability to look inwards and actually take a look at themselves and being like, what can I do to make sure that whatever situation that is doesn't repeat itself? What can I bring to the table so that I can grow as a person and that other people around me can grow with me as well? Now, to those people, what I just said there might sound out of this world. Blaming other people and things around you can also look like this. She made me feel that way. He made me do that. I've had friends who told me that they right now are studying something that gives them no opportunity in life. Why are you studying it then? It's no one else's fault but your own. You chose it. You have the power to get out of that again. Start over. Do something else. But so many people are not aware that they are producing their own life. No one is choosing for you. And I feel like this is where most people stumble and fall, right? Because we have never been taught decision making. Because, okay, when a child is born, they go into an institution. They get a teacher, they get someone to tell them how their week is going to look like. They have a schedule now. They don't have to make any decisions because that's just the way of life. Then they graduate. Maybe they join the military. Now they have an officer telling them exactly what they should do at what time they should do it. Get out of the military. Maybe they go back to their hometown. They meet an old friend who says, I have a good job for you. Makes good money. Insurance. You can get a nice house, family, whatever. Sure, they do that because why figure out what you really would love, right? Get that job, they get a family, they get a dog, a car, a house, and then suddenly when they have all that, we still feel empty. We still feel like something is missing. And what's missing is your ability to make a decision about what you really would love to do. We have been through that whole system, but no one has taught us to actually sit down, face your goals, look inwards. What would I truly love to actually produce in this world? And then do it. Because obviously they want to mass produce us to go through the system and then work for them. If you're not working on your own dream, you're working on someone else's dream. There is no in between. There's only those two things. So why are you choosing to work on someone else's dream if not your own? In my head, this is insanity. Another sign of having a poor mindset is people who always want to win discussions just for winning. It doesn't matter what the discussion is about, they will continue to discuss with you until you give in. And as the other part, when you grow into a more rich mindset, you quickly spot these signs. And you tell yourself, this is not important for me to participate in. Why am I discussing with a person who's only in this to win it. If it means so much to them, let them have it. A poor mindset is almost always unwilling to learn new things. They're very stuck in their own way. Whenever like an opportunity presents themselves to them, that can be through you. You can have studied something or read something, or you've got a new idea that you want to share with them and you share it, and they just immediately look at you like you're the craziest person on the street. It has nothing to do with your idea. I bet your idea is brilliant. It's because they have a limited mindset. They can't think bigger than who they are. They're so stuck in their own ways of thinking and being and feeling that they don't know how to act differently. They don't know how to get on your level. So okay, and here's a little insider thing, because these are the people who will also, I'm gonna say without a doubt, talk badly behind your back. And not that you have to worry about it. Honestly, let them do it. If they talk about you behind your back, you know you're doing something right, first of all. Second of all, you shouldn't really be hanging out with these people. When I figured out these signs of a poor mindset and I spotted them in some of my friends, I was like, oof, we gotta, have longer breaks in between seeing each other. I can still see them for a cup of coffee, but I need to get back on track immediately after, because they take so much of my energy. I had a discussion with one of these friends about this guy that I'm seeing that she doesn't know anything about. And I'm telling her about him and like his goals and stuff like that. And she's like, well, maybe he doesn't want to have a goal. And I'm like, I just told you he has a goal. It's just to say she doesn't know this man that I've been seeing. She made a discussion out of it. She didn't let it go until she won that discussion about the man that she doesn't know anything about. When we were done having that discussion, I was out of there. Some of these signs are super easy to spot when you first start noticing them. People with a poor mindset will never be related to successful people because, first of all, they see them as idols. Second of all, they can never get on their level. Third of all, they can't tear them down. So they choose not to interact with them at all. If they had a chance to meet a very successful person, they would rather not meet them, then get there, show up with an open heart and open mindset and actually learn something, because they might lose the identity of who they are, of the poor mindset, and that can be very hard to let go of when that's your usual way of thinking. People with a poor mindset have never been honest with themselves. They distrust themselves. This is what is keeping you poor. To get out of that, you have to turn the coin, flip the pancake, start to become more open-minded to actually learn something. In the end, it all comes down to you have nothing to lose. Imagine what you could actually win from this. If you start to tap into a more rich mindset where you are embracing some of these ideas, you're embracing other people's ideas, you're not in there to discuss with them. You can put yourself out there and still be you. When you realize you can do that without losing yourself, you've come such a far way. But there is such a clear difference from having this poor mindset and having a rich mindset. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret about successful people. If you're afraid to meet them or like you don't know what to say to them, just remember that successful people would never judge you for starting something, because they done it themselves. And success is not this linear way just towards the goal, right? It's up and downs. So if you're starting something, if you're thinking about starting something, if you're scared to start something, if you have imposter syndrome, the list goes on. Don't be afraid to tell that to successful people, because they have all been there. They know exactly what you're talking about. They would never judge you for starting, because they know you can have so much good coming your way. The only people who will ever judge you are people with a poor mindset. If you have watched this far, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was lovely to hang out as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!